Hello guys, good morning. Welcome to my YouTube channel, the Explicit Tutorials. Please, as you're watching this video, endeavor to subscribe, like, share, and comment. Now we are still discussing motion in physics. Now we have a question on the board that you and I are to solve. The question says, a motor car accelerates for 10 seconds to attain a velocity of 20 meters per second. It continues with uniform velocity for 20 seconds and then decelerated after 20 seconds. Calculate the acceleration, the deceleration or retardation, and the total distance traveled during the motion. Now, the first thing you do whenever you see a question like this is to plot the velocity time graph. All right, the velocity time graph, which is like this. Now it says a motor car accelerates for 10 seconds. 10 seconds. That is 10 seconds with a velocity of what? 20 meters per second. All right, and continues with the same, with uniform velocity for how many seconds? 20 seconds. All right, so 20 plus 10 is what? 30 seconds. It's then decelerated for how many seconds? 20 seconds. Let's say that 20 plus this 30 is what? 50 seconds. All right, so this is the time number. Now there are certain rules you need to know while solving questions on velocity time graph on motion. During motion, when the body accelerates from rest, initial velocity, which is u, is equals what? 0. When a body is brought to rest, when a body retards, or when a body decelerates, all right, the final velocity is what? 0. Please take note of that. Now we have to calculate the words acceleration, which means that if I have v equals u plus at, the u is not to be what? Considered, because since it starts from rest, it means that u is what? 0. So there's no need to write that 0. Meanwhile, velocity is what? 20. The acceleration is what we are looking for, and the time is 10 minus 0 is what? 10. It becomes what? 10a. Divide both sides by 10. Therefore, a is equals what? 2 meters per second squared. You must put the unit. It is very important. Okay, so this into this, you have that 10 is equals what? 2 meters per second squared. Now number 2, there is the b of it. We have to calculate what? The deceleration. Now just follow the rule. U is 0 in acceleration, then v is 0 in what? Deceleration. Now the b of it is what? We now have that v is equals u plus at. Now if during acceleration v is 20, then during deceleration v is what? 0. Then u will not be what? 20 plus. In doing that, you have 50 minus 30 is what? 20. You know it decelerated with what? 20 seconds. So it is what? 20a. All right, this is coming over, it becomes minus 20 equals what? 20a. Divide both sides by 20, that's minus 20. So you now have that. This into, okay, divide both sides by 20, sorry, there's no minus, by 20. This will go into this. Therefore, a now is equals what? Minus 1 meter per second squared. All right, so deceleration is what? Minus 1. Acceleration is what? 2 meters per second what? Squared. Now to calculate for the total distance traveled, you know, you've been taught the area of a trapezium. To calculate for this is a trapezium. Now since it's distance, let me use d to denote it. That it becomes 1 over 2 a plus b times what? H. The h is the height, which is what? This 20 meters per second. Now the distance now is equals 1 over 2. You know these two, this place and this place, they are parallel to each other. So this is 30 minus 10 is 20 plus 50 minus 30, sorry, 50 minus 0 is what? 50. and the height is what? 20. All right, so just follow it step by step to understand it. Now 2 is 1, 2 into 20 is what? 10. Therefore D is equals 20 plus 50 is what? 70 times 10. Therefore distance is equals 700 meters. All right, so please take note of that. At this point we'll call it a day. While solving questions on velocity time graph, take note of this thing. During acceleration, u is 0, then v becomes the velocity it traveled with. Then during deceleration, v is 0, then u becomes the velocity it traveled with. So please take note of that. Do have a wonderful day. Please do not forget to subscribe.